Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So the trailer is all hooked up to the truck, and I'm going to get some coffee. I am half asleep right now. So I'm at the Normandin restaurant, just right there, and which is usually known to be pretty good for breakfast. And yeah, so I'm gonna go have some breakfast, and then we're gonna find a place to. I don't need gas right now. I went to gas last night and it was $1.84 a liter, so I'm gonna wait and see if I can find some cheaper gas, and then we'll gas up. But there's no rush. I've got 3/4 of a tank right now, so we're good. So all right, so I'm gonna go in, grab a bite, and then we're gonna hit the road. So here's my breakfast. I've got scrambled eggs, home fries, bacon, homemade toast, and homemade jam, and my coffee. So bon appétit. Okay, so we're on the road heading to New Brunswick. It's going to be about a usually 3-hour drive, but when I'm towing the trailer, it takes me about 4 hours because I can't go as fast, obviously. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Okay, so I stopped for gas in La Pocatière, and that's usually one of my go-to stops. It's pretty convenient. There's a Timmy's there and all that. So I couldn't get cheap gas. It was still $1.85, I think. So I had no choice but to pay the money. And but most importantly is I got my Tim Hortons coffee. So I'm good to go now. I've got about 2 hours left to do. And we're going to be getting off the highway pretty soon and taking the backcountry roads to Baker Lake, New Brunswick. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. Finally off the highway. So from here on in, it's going to be backcountry roads, which I much prefer. Gotta watch out for moose in this area, pretty much all the way to New Brunswick. We're still in Quebec right now. Baker Lake is right on the Quebec to New Brunswick border. Just going into the village of Pohenegamook. Lake here is known to have a sea creature, I guess, or a lake creature, like the Loch Ness monster that you hear so much about. So this lake is famous. You see the flags on the telephone pole there of the Pohenegamook monster. It's a pretty huge lake and very deep, and I've never seen it yet, but apparently there's one in there, along with Bigfoot. is also called the route of the borders, I guess. Route des frontières, they call it in French, and it's because it borders the U.S., the United States, and Quebec, of course, and the New Brunswick border. So this is a route that follows along those three borders. So I just pulled over here just to show you, give you a perspective of where we are. So we're here on the map. This is the Trans-Canada Highway up here that we were driving on, and I turned off over here and took this road down to here. This is the state of Maine here, as you can see, in the Quebec, and New Brunswick is right down here. So we're going to drive this route and go down to New Brunswick, right here in Baker Lake. So this is might be one of the smallest international bridge over to the United States. I think actually in the Thousand Islands there's one that's actually a bit smaller than this one. So on this side here you have the Quebec-Canadian border, and on that side, if you can see the American flag at the end of the bridge there, and that's the other side. Petit pont international. I didn't bring my passport with me. I don't know if they're going to get arrested or... It's a neat little spot. Beautiful area, eh? Bonjour. Okay, I won't go any further because I think I have to report to customs if I go any further. But there's the, I don't know if you can see that silver post right there. That's the boundary marker for the international border. All right. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, this is Lake Pohenegamook behind me, and it's known to have a lake monster or sea monster called Pohenegamook, and dates back to 1976. Nobody knows if it was a sturgeon or an actual sea monster, but I have yet to see it, and I think you'd have to be pretty gullible to believe that there's a sea monster in that lake. Anyways, all right, so let's hit the road. The two main industries here in Quebec and New Brunswick is lumber, as you can see on your right, and farming, as you can see on the left. We're 21 kilometers from the New Brunswick border. So we are now in Baker Lake, and we're still on the Quebec side. You'll see the lake here on my right hand side, right there. Now we are in New Brunswick. Okay, so we made it to Baker Lake at the campsite. There's the lake in the distance. I'll go show you later on once I get the trailer set up. It looks like it's going to rain, so I'm going to try and set up the trailer before it starts to rain and I get eaten by mosquitoes. All right, talk to you in a bit. Okay, found the campsite and I managed to set up the trailer just before the sky opened up. So that's what it looks like right now. Just pouring out there right now. But that's okay. Like I said, I'm nice and dry, so I'm glad like I said, I didn't come on my motorcycle. It would have been a nice drive, but to set up in this pouring rain in the tent and stuff, and it's just not as enjoyable. So, but like I said, I still enjoy tenting, but sometimes it's nice to go glamping a bit. All right, so just gonna wait for this rain to stop, and then maybe just go for a drive around. All right, talk to you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. It's morning now on I think it's Thursday today. So the rain finally stopped and we have blue skies out, which is nice, but only 9 degrees out, so no kayaking yet. I just noticed even the worms are frozen stiff. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go down to the lake and just show you around a bit. This is pretty much this is Baker Lake, New Brunswick, on the Quebec New Brunswick border, and the campground that I'm at is called Rest-O-Lac campground and restaurant, and it's a play on words. Resto is short for a restaurant in French, but it also means stay at the lake, which is kind of a neat name for the place. They have this is the restaurant here. It's really nice. It's closed right now, and they should open at 11 o'clock today, so I might go there for lunch. And then they have a little ice cream parlor here, and this is the lake. The lake's a little rough right now. There's a bit of a breeze too, so I don't think I'll go kayaking yet. We'll see if the wind dies down a bit. So on that side, so that piece of land down there is an island. There's water on the other side. There's the bridge just beyond that boat to get to the island. And you have a public beach there. You see the red building to the left of the bridge. Right there is a they have concerts there, they have special events and stuff, and it's a public beach that anyone can go and swim. It's beautiful sandy beach. So the lake itself is about it's about 8 kilometers long, if I remember correctly, and it flows into the Baker Brook River and then into the St.John River. I'm sure some of you guys have heard of the St.John River that eventually flows down into the ocean. And yeah, it's and the St.John River borders the state of Maine, northern Maine, and the province of New Brunswick. They also have cabins here. They've got one over there, and they've got 3 here, and some have full kitchens, some have just the bedrooms and so on. And then you have the campground over here on the right where I'm set up. There's also bathroom, shower facilities, and some more cabins up there. But yeah, it's a nice spot. So this morning I'm gonna go, this restaurant is closed here, so there's another canteen slash restaurant just down the road, about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna jump in the truck and go grab a bite to eat. I didn't have a chance to grab groceries yesterday, so I'm gonna go do that this afternoon or after breakfast. So I'll just grab all my stuff in the trailer here, and we'll get going. So we'll talk to you in a bit. I'm heading down to St. Francis right now. There's the breakfast restaurants. I tried one of them and turned out that they were closed, so I'm going to keep looking until I find one. And maybe stop and get some groceries. Coming up to St. Francis, New Brunswick, and you see the mountains way out in the distance in front of us. That's the state of Maine in the United States. So in between, just before that mountain, is the St.John River that divides New Brunswick and the state of Maine. Leaves are really starting to change now with this cold weather. Okay, yeah, you can really see the mountains now in the state of Maine, in the US. Okay, so now I just gotta find the place to have breakfast. There used to be a restaurant not too far from here, so I'll go see if it's still open. I can't remember where it was. So I found this little restaurant here in St. Francis. I think it's called the Chicken Pub. And I got my breakfast here, bacon, eggs, homemade toast, and my coffee. This is a big farm. You've probably seen chicken, Nigel poultry chicken. This is where they come from. There's a truck right there full of chickens. Okay, so I just stopped at one of the lookouts here on the St. John River. Just want to show you a little bit what it looks like. I've kayaked this river before from Bow Lake and on the Quebec side all the way down to St. Francis here. So on the other side is the United States. And of course New Brunswick on this side. Beautiful area. Okay, so that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's drive. So we were exploring North-West New Brunswick, so we're not on the ocean, contrary to popular belief. Southern New Brunswick, St.John and all that, St. Andrews is more on the ocean or on the Bay of Fundy, but we're far from that. And no, there are no lobsters in the St. John River. And we are located basically in the county of Madawaska, or the St. John Valley, if you want, where the St. John River runs. The Republic of Madawaska. You can look all those up if you want to get a little bit more information on the area. But as you can see, beautiful area to visit. Very nice scenic wooded areas. And tomorrow I'm going to take you on the St. John River down to Grand Falls, where we're going to visit the falls and the gorge in Grand Falls. So stay tuned. If you like today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.